Good morning. I'm Pastor Steve Prickett. Welcome to our devotional time today. I hope you find these helpful to you. You can visit our church website at www.wcfri.org. I hope you visit. I hope you come and visit us. We start our services again the first Sunday in July at 8:30 a.m. I hope you can come by and visit. You know, we live in a lot of troubled times in America today. We're having a lot of arguments about race, about being politically correct, with the COVID-19 virus. So many things are going wrong now. It makes you really start to wonder what is going on. What's the cause? What's the purpose? Well, I think it's easily found if we look to Revelations chapter 2, to John's letter to the church in Ephesus. And he writes, "But I have this against you, that you have left your first love. Therefore, remember from where you have fallen, and repent and do the deeds you did at first. I am coming to you and will remove your lampstand out of its place unless you repent." Paul told the church in Ephesus they had forgotten their first love. I'm not sorry, Paul, I meant John, quoting Jesus. You know, we have forgotten our first love in this country. We were delivered in this country from Europe for our religious freedom. And we built a great country. And back in the 50s, when I was a kid, everybody went to church on Sunday. We prayed at the start of our school day. We talked about God. We talked about Jesus. Nobody had a problem with that. And then we started getting successful financially, a very prosperous time. And we started competing with our neighbors, and we started coming up with our own ideas on things. And we have forgotten the height from which we have fallen, a time where people loved their neighbors. I grew up in a community where we didn't lock our doors in case our neighbor needed something when we were away. And something's happened here. We have walked away from God as a nation, as a people, and then we wonder what's wrong. It's not hard to figure out what's wrong. We are not covered with the blessings of God like we once were. We have global epidemics. We have fighting in our streets. We have looting. We have rioting. And you know, if we went back to our first love, if we went back to God, if we went back to the Bible, if we started to love one another again, I'm not saying the world was always perfect. There's always been problems. But if we as a people would repent and turn to God, almost all the problems we're suffering with would be gone. We would not be hating people because of the color of their skin. We would not be stealing from others. We would not be rioting. And I'm not even sure if we would have this global epidemic of a virus that we have now. Is this something God has allowed to draw us back to Him? It very well could be. The Bible gives evidence of that type of thing in the past, throughout the history of man. You know, the Bible is an interesting book because the Bible is full of man's failures and God bailing us out. It's time again for our people to return back to God. I mean, until we do that, I don't see how anything is going to get better. Because there's nothing good that comes out of man by himself. But with God, many good things can happen if we allow God to work through us. If we put the love of Jesus back in our heart. You know, Jesus was all people of all colors, all people, because He created them out of His love. He created them in His image. When we run down another person, we run down the image of God. We should learn to love people, forgive people, and look for the good. Return to our first love of being a Christian nation. Some of the early forefathers wrote comments like, "God help us if we ever fail to teach the Bible in our schools." Now you can't even mention Jesus. I mean, if we don't think there's something wrong there, then there's something wrong with us. And there is. We're a nation that needs to go back to God. It'll start with each individual. It'll start with me. It'll start with you. If we can start sharing the love of Christ to others. And pray for forgiveness. And, you know, not pray for forgiveness for the people that are doing wrong. Pray for our forgiveness for being so judgmental about others. Pray that God would forgive us for the way we feel about things, and that we would do stuff that would make a change, that we would start to love. You know, Loving is an action word. It's not just saying we love somebody, it's showing it. I hope that we can learn to do that as a nation again and as individuals. There was a song that said, "Let peace start with me." And that's how it does with each individual turning back to Christ. Maybe today you can look to God and ask for His forgiveness and His help in returning to your first love, the excitement you once felt for God and for Jesus Christ. I hope this was helpful to you today. It's me kind of airing my views, but it's how I honestly feel this morning, and I hope you can feel the same. May God bless your day, and I'll see you again Monday, and tune in for Sunday for our morning service. God bless you. Have a great day.